What's going on, good people out there in YouTube land? It is I, the Badwolf, international man of mysteries, the werewolf himself, the bad mama jamma when I gotta be hot damn Mr. Black. What's going on, guys? I definitely appreciate you guys chiming in. Once again, I am your most gracious host, C Lovett, aka the Bad Wolf. Thank you guys for help skyrocketing this channel, this information, doing your American duties by being full Americans and patriots and fighting for your rights, liberties, and freedoms. This is us. This ain't just me. I'm just a mouthpiece for you guys. So thank you to each and every one of you guys that has helped me make this channel what it is, and we're continuing to grow. I didn't really ever think it would get to be where it's at, and there is no signs of it slowing. So thank you for that. The information is out there, and that which has the bell has been rung, and that which has been heard cannot be unheard. This cannot go back in the box. So you guys are making it happen right now. So as you read the title of this video, it'll be something, one of the codes, and this will be in concerns to penalties. Now, I'm going to share the screen. Once again, I don't have it set up. You'd think I'd have it right in the second run, but no. The trash heap has spoken. Okay, here we go. So I'm going to share screen. Now, penalties for document fraud. Okay. Why would you want to know that? Well, this is a big one. Have you ever been out somewhere filling out an application and they, without your judgment or action or approval, started making changes to your document? Did you know that you are supposed to then initial any changes that were made by somebody else and not you? Did you know that you can also put under protest? Okay. Anywhere where somebody makes a correction and you didn't like that, especially for my people at the passport agency. Like, oh no, you can't do it this way. Pull out the little pen. Oh, and this is how we're going to do it. Well, first of all, that's document tampering. And they don't have the ability to do that. They have to ask you or inform you. All they can do is they can say either I accept it or deny it. They cannot modify your forms. Some of you guys are going way too easy on these people and letting them walk all over you instead of saying, you know what, I want to talk to your supervisor and I want all of your names. And this will be a federal investigation will be ensued and a federal lawsuit will be commenced. And I will be reporting you to all of your supervisors and your agencies because you're tampering my document. You're not letting me do something. Let's take a look. Shaka or Shaka Zulu. All right. So let's take a look at this. Penalties for document fraud. Well, what construes document fraud? All right. I'm gonna have my lovely AI take it away. Her voice is better than mine.
A. Activities prohibited. It is unlawful for any person or entity knowingly. 1.
So right off the bat, they said any person, which we now know, because this is considered government level, this means a real living person. On the state level, this means a legal person. Or entity, meaning anybody. They don't say the states are safe. They don't say the post office taker or the police officer is, any of them are safe. It said it's unlawful. Unlawful means constitution level. It doesn't say it's illegal. It says it's unlawful. This supersedes all of them, all of that. But what supersedes all of them and all of that?
It is unlawful for any person or entity knowingly. 1. To forge, counterfeit, alter.
Hold on, right there. If they forge something on there, if they counterfeit and make a fake copy of it, of your original. Okay, now this kind of gets into some securities fraud and whatever else when they mistreat your promissory note, or with your mortgage, making a copy and then providing that. This is document fraud. And if they change one thing on any contract without your consent, it's altering it. You have to approve it. Did they give you some kind of like warrant or whatever and they crossed out something? That's altering a document. It's invalid. Do not have imperfections on your documents. They have to redo the whole document if you want to be if you want it to be properly done. You're really not even supposed to cross out things. You cross them out and then they go back and they create a whole new document with the revisions in it. That's how a document is perfected. But if you're going to go on the fly and you're going to allow the alteration, you should then initial it. It's still truly not perfected, I guess, from my perspective, but legally, I guess it is because you've acknowledged the error or the change. But if not, it's altered.
Counterfeit, alter, or falsely make any document for the purpose of satisfying a requirement of this chapter or to obtain a benefit under this chapter. 2. To use, attempt to use, possess, obtain, accept, or receive or to provide any forged, counterfeit, altered, or falsely made document in order to satisfy any requirement of this chapter or to obtain a benefit under this chapter.
So not only did they alter or forge something, but they've used it. So you go after them under 8 U.S.C. 1324C 1 or A 1 and 2. And whatever else applies. You're not hitting them for just the counterfeit or the altering. You're getting them because they used it. You understand now? You guys see what I'm saying? You guys have been letting these people off easy. We're not doing that anymore. It doesn't mean be a belligerent or combatant, but what it means is that we're going to start showing you guys how to go after each and every single thing, which is why I'm going to be putting this in my seminars. Coming up soon. All the information you guys can want on the seminars. They're not open to the public yet, but when they are, it'll be the first 100 persons per seminar. We will try to do them monthly, but you'll have to come back. Now, keep in mind, if you guys want to know when the seminar is going to be launched, join Black Site 32's email list, and you guys will get all the information, all the updates, anything exclusive to that website. So sign up today. As always, you guys can go on there also and find out what social media platforms I'm on so you don't get ripped off. You know, it's really me. You can see what I do outside of this. You can join my other YouTube channels. You guys can find discounts, offers, business opportunities, all that kind of stuff on Black Site 32 and free files and etc. Okay, let's keep going.
Chapter 3. To use or attempt to use or to provide or attempt to provide any document lawfully issued to or with respect to a person other than the possessor, including a deceased individual, for the purpose of satisfying a requirement of this chapter or obtaining a benefit under this chapter. 4. To accept or receive or to provide any document lawfully issued to or with respect to a person other than the possessor, including a deceased individual, for the purpose of complying with Section 1324A(b) of this title or obtaining a benefit under this chapter, or 5. To prepare, file, or assist another in preparing or filing any application for benefits under this chapter, or any document required under this chapter, or any document submitted in connection with such application or document, with knowledge or in reckless disregard of the fact that such application or document was falsely made or, in whole or in part, does not relate to the person on whose behalf it was or is being submitted, or 6. A. To present before boarding a common carrier for the purpose of coming to the United States a document which relates to the alien's eligibility to enter the United States, and b. To fail to present such document to an immigration officer upon arrival at a United States port of entry. B. Exception. This section does not prohibit any law.
All right, so we don't need to go into each one of these, but look here. They've got enforcement of such things, authority and investigations. All right, administrative law judges, your commissioners, dun, 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 the attorney general, the district court of the United States. These are your people you need to contact. Let them know these people are doing some shady stuff. You also have the right to let them know about a cease and desist and be paid. Okay, they've got judicial review, enforcement orders, waivers by the attorney, criminal penalties. Okay, false make. All right. Means to prepare or provide an application or document with knowledge or in reckless disregard of the fact that the application or document contains false or fictitious or fraudulent statements or material representation, or has no basis in law, meaning in law, in their jurisdiction. Okay, you can't do things in that. You can bring things into their jurisdiction, but you can't bring things into their jurisdiction that cannot be brought in, or otherwise fails to state a fact. That's why I always tell you guys, when you create your own documents, you're stating facts. All right. And it says that you must state facts in which material to the purpose for which it was submitted. So it must be relevant to what you're submitting. All right. Now let's back up. Okay. 18 U.S.C. code 911, citizen of the United States. Let's see what it says. Whoever falsely and willfully represents himself to be a citizen of the United States shall be fined under this title or in prison not more than 3 years or both. So if a police officer wants to step up and say, you are a citizen of the United States, and you tell him you are not, I'm not in the capacity of a U.S. citizen, or excuse me, rather, in this case, citizen of the United States, you can use this code. But remember, this is the tricky part. The title citizen of the United States is different than a U.S. citizen. This means all of the statuses, because all of them are protected. So you have to watch out for these things. So this normally would be a good code. If you're out of it altogether, then yes, this would be a good code. But if you still operate your straw man and you're using it in the time of the public contact with the officer or whoever, you don't want to say that you're not a citizen of the United States, because this does fall under all those other statuses and standing fall underneath this title. Okay. United States citizen. Look how they have the lowercase c here. So they do know somewhat of what's going on here on Cornell Law EDU. Even, so they play a game of walking the lines. The United States citizen means any individual who is a citizen of the United States by law. Now, actually, if you're writing this correctly, the word birth should come before here, so you can see what they bow down to first, because L comes before B, so it should be birth and then law, or naturalization. Any federal, state, or local government in the United States, and they don't have it hyperlinked here. Now, my problem with this for me is that I don't see this hyperlinked, and it doesn't say in the geographical sense. So as far as I would look at this, I would say that a U.S. citizen, which falls underneath one of the definitions of a citizen of the United States, means a legal person, because a federal and a state and a local government cannot be a living person or any entity. Okay. So they said all these things, right? Notice how they didn't say person, or they only said individual, which means can be a living one for this part. But essentially, they're saying these are an individual can be an entity as well. And see, here's the clincher for me, though, how I perceive this information. It says you can say whatever you want, but what is the last part of it that brings it all together? Or any entity. So to me, these all sound like entities, even though they're using the word individual, they don't have a hyperlink to say otherwise. So I'm going to look at this word as being an entity. An entity by law, an entity by birth, meaning the creation of a strong man, or you were naturalized, meaning you brought something into their jurisdiction. Now, you could construe individual in here to be living, but they're not hyperlinking this to show the definition. So this can always be challenged. But as I'm saying, it says right here, or any entity. So that must mean all the rest of these are entities too, then, because they're non-living. These are non-living things. Of any such government, corporation, partnership, association, or other entity organized or existing under the laws of the United States or of any state, which the president, corporation, chairman, corporation, board of directors, corporation. Now they have it hyperlinked. Okay. But notice here how they don't have United States, it just says states. So let's see what it says. Oh, here we go. The District of Columbia is not the same as the United States of America. And if it's used here, okay, got to question it. So they're saying here, state means any of the several states. Okay, so now, so if I'm reading this correctly, when they say several states, they mean the organic. If they would have said, or if they said means each of these several states, then they would have meant all these. But here they're hiding the United States of America in here. So in this context, they mean all of and citizen of the United States means all of these entities that are considered to be underneath our flag or two flags, the real flag and the Jolly Roger flag. So the real one and the one with the gold fringes all fall underneath the United States Corporation. We're all together in the family, and citizen of the United States encompasses all that. But see how they don't have united here? Because they're really, if it would have been hyperlinked, the other ones, okay, that then means the organic. This is not the organic, but they're saying underneath the title, citizen of, that then means that we're all underneath the same umbrella. We're all one family. but the de facto, the corporation, even though it's underneath the that same title, they are separate. They're different. That's why they didn't have it mentioned here. How do we know that? Okay, you want me to prove it? That's cool. I got you. Don't sweat the technique. How do we know? Yeah. Let's go to their definitions. Come on, keep it moving. Now, once again, a lot of people wanted to challenge me on 8 U.S.C. 1101-21, but here where they use the word state, it means the District of Columbia. Do you see the term several states in here? No, because when used here in that code, it means the district, foreign to the United States of America. We don't use 21. Here, where it says in 22, the one term we do use, look how United is in states, it's all underlined. Because remember, this term has multiple definitions. When we click it, the term United States, except as otherwise specifically herein provided, when used in a geographical sense, because this is real land. Geographical means the real land. Continental, the real land, the organic United States of America. So this is different than the other use of the same words. Oh, that's it. That's all I really had. I was just trying to get to that point. Kind of an anticlimactic drop off there. All right, but no, for real, guys, that is basically it. I don't have any more on this document to go over. I am now caught up with all of that. And so I will be talking to you guys later. I do have, don't worry. Don't worry. I have a cajillion more books and information to bring you. But make sure if you guys want to ever you know, you want me, some people are like, oh, you never seem to really swear. It's not because I'm like an angel. I just do that for YouTube algorithm stuff. You know, it makes it easier to help monetize the videos and channels and get sponsors and stuff like that. So, although I was trying not to go very corporate, I mean, they're offering a lot of money and there's not enough donations coming in. So with that being said, I have no love lost for you guys, but then that means I have to go corporate a little bit and start putting on a couple ads. Because one ad on my, if I put 2 ads on 2 videos out of the 10 I make for the month, and I'll try to keep them low, I will not need a donation from you guys. And well, I'm not getting many anyway. I know you guys do support me by sharing the videos because I see that in the numbers. And I get it. You guys are, you know, most of you guys, although I have talked to a couple of you multimillionaires or wealthy people in consultations, okay? But I digress. I get it. Times are tough. Everybody's trying to make $1 and survive. And if they're willing to pay me a lot for a 30-second ad, I will take 30 seconds of your time and just have to do that. And everybody basically wins. So I apologize in advance, but that's just where it is. Right. Okay. Because although I don't mind doing things here for some like for free, then you gotta get paid because I like to eat. All right. Gotta eat. All right. So with that being said, if you liked everything here, don't forget to hit that bell and subscribe. If this is your first time here, also like the video, join. You can also become a member of the Wolf Pack by going to my main YouTube channel, clicking on the join and picking a level that you want to get in on. And it's the inside videos and information. As a matter of fact, I'm getting ready to drop this firebomb shell. Okay, in the private section. So join the Wolf Pack and get this little hot piece. And one more thing. Okay, so It's funny because I drop private things like this all the time, and people out there in their little troll, you know, throne chairs out there, little internet YouTube gangsters out here. Um, by the way, there are some real G's out there in the world, if you know what I mean. But for those people who are out there pretending to be all hardcore and gangster, or um, you didn't drop that information first, or blah blah blah. First of all this information was already out there. But as far as somebody who jumped on YouTube and made it popular, famous, there's lots of things that I brought first, period. But at the same time, I don't need that as a to for me to move forward. Like some people out there were like, oh, you didn't find the 09 all code, so and so dropped it. No, I've been using that code in my explanatory statement since day two. Okay, my first draft didn't have it in there, but I found it in there. I didn't make mention on it because I wanted people to buy the explanatory statement. And now that the code is out, we know what it, because people started talking about it. I then was the first person to make a video on it and put it out there. So yeah, so that being said, because I put it in my private sections, just like this little piece of information in this paper right here is going in there. But for reference, we're going to call this dealing with the lack of an endorsement code in your book information. How about that? You guys really want me to provide you with somewhat of a paper trail for those naysayers out there, you anti-wolves out there? Okay. What would be an anti-wolf? Should we look at that up really quick? I'm curious now. I'm feeling jazzy. What's that? Okay, yeah, let's fire it up. Let's see what an anti-wolf should be called. Oh, Google. What is an anti-wolf? I already know how I have to rephrase this. And yes, meaning opposes the wolves. Okay. Okay, so what creature is the opposite of a wolf? Well, okay, that's the same. Antonyms for wolf related to animal. Okay, so that would mean if you're not a wolf and you're against, it means you're game, it means you're a target, it means you're a buck, it means you're prey, it means you're a sheep, it means you're a fawn, you're a hare, you're a deer, you're a rabbit, you're a squirrel, you're an antelope, you're a herbivore, you're a bunny. I don't know what the hell a coney is, but you're a chipmunk or a doe. So the madness. All right. Once again, I've always told you guys I'm just a madman in a blue box. That's all there is to it. So to all you bunnies out there, no offense to those awesome bunnies out there, because you guys are can be the real ones with the heart of a wolf, but to those out there who are against this and this information and me, hop on along. Remember, everything here is for state citizens and nationals and foreign people, foreign nationals and whatnots, and private persons, not for other gurus. So if you guys do see somebody watching, recording, and using my information, trying to make it sound silly or stupid, and using anything with my logos in it, okay, report them for bullying, slander, defamation of character. Thank you in advance for that. That being said, guys, go enjoy your lives. Go do something out there. Talk to your loved ones, and get away from the commercial industry and all of their trappings. Okay, because that's what they're doing. They're entrapping you guys so that you guys are producing more energy, more negativity, more hate, more making it convoluted, separating people. Because if you're separated, then you can be easily picked off. The herd pack runs together. Doesn't matter what animal you are, what totem you are, we can all run together. We can agree to disagree as long as we're all moving in the same direction against those who oppose the American lifestyle. As a patriot, I salute you all. At least those look good. The rest of you guys can F off. I don't really care. All right. I'll talk to you guys later. Enjoy yourselves. Take care, guys. Be healthy and wise out there. And have a great weekend and a awesome summer.